Hello folks, Why Guy here again. Welcome to my home on this very beautiful spring afternoon. The name of this video is called The Why Guy Explores Negative Faith. Bet you've never heard that term before, negative faith versus positive faith. I want to prove to you in this video that faith is unbiased. Okay? Which means it can be either or. Now, negative faith, people are wondering, well, what is that? I want to describe to you a comment that was left on a YouTube channel. You might want to go over there and check it out. Where the Why Guy laughs at the unforgivable sin doctrine. Okay? And how I proved in that video how that verse has been so horribly mistranslated and manipulated by the powers that be within the ancient Christian church, specifically the ancient Latin church, that anyway, all I could do was laugh when I discovered the truth. And that's all I meant in that video. But a person responded to that video using negative faith. And I want to share that with you here in a moment. But unlike all my other videos in the past, this one may be a little controversial. Did you get my sarcastic humor in that one? You know, I'm not trying to be new agey here, but in regards to energy, the word energy, you know, their religion might not, you know, it might be onto something. It really will. I'm just being open and objective. That's all I'm trying to be. In reference to Hebrews 11:1, the New King James and King James reads, "Now faith is the substance." That key word, substance. I want to keep coming back to that. Substance of things hoped for. Okay? So, but yet when you read other translations, I want to give you some examples, like the New American and the New Revised uses the word assurance instead of substance. Okay? And assurance is a noun, and it means a positive declaration. Remember how I said faith can be positive or negative? A positive declaration intended to give confidence. Just like the New Agers are speaking of energy. So I view assurance as positive energy. All right? Just my opinion. The NIV uses confidence instead of assurance or substance. And so I believe confidence produces positive energy. It really does. However, someone can be confident in something bad as well and produce negative energy. Are you following me? So the Holman Christian Standard uses reality. How's that for an interesting way of describing it? Now, faith is a substance of reality, of things hoped for. Okay? Anyway, in my opinion, the result of someone's reality can be viewed as both positive or negative. I don't think I'm stretching here. J.P. Green Literal Bible uses the word essence. I found that interesting. Can't someone's essence be both positive or negative? I really don't know. I actually asked that question in sincerity. Jonathan Michaels Green, New Testament reads, habitually expected. You know, our expectations can result in both positive or negative. Can result with having both positive and negative habits. It really can. You see, so I don't think I'm really stretching it here. The Concordant Literal Greek Bible uses the word assumption. Can we not assume both a negative or positive outcome about anything? Are you following me? So no matter which words that you want to use within these Bible verses, substance, assurance, confidence, reality, essence, habitually expected, or assumption, in my opinion, some form of energy is being manipulated. Okay? It just is. According to Jesus, this energy can be as small as a mustard seed. So it seems obvious to me that the point Jesus was making was how powerful faith was. You know, regardless of its size. If you read that count of, throwing, faith is the size of a mustard seed, you speak to this mountain, you throw it into the sea, and you remember that story? Well, here's an example. Your reality can be as small as a mustard seed, or your expectations or assumptions can be as small as a mustard seed. And I believe it can be unbiased energy regardless of size. We have mayflies out here. Their little size. Oof. Also, a mustard seed has no predisposition. It just doesn't. And according to Jesus, its small size seems to be indifferent to the power or energy that it has. You following me? So in this regard, I've always shared this statement over and over again in my videos. Faith is a power, and that power is unbiased. Thus, it can be used for both good or bad. Kind of like the Force in the Star Wars saga. I love those movies. Well, I'm going to give you an example of some negative faith, and I want to continue with this of other examples too. All right, but here's what somebody comment that somebody left on my YouTube channel. He left a very loving comment on my YouTube channel, and that was a sarcastic thing to say because it wasn't loving. All right, but anyway, the white guy laughs at the unforgivable sin doctrine. If you happen to want to check it out and look it up, this is what he's saying, quote, "I'm not catching your idiocy. You see, I'm forgiven a blasphemy against you, you idiot, and have never blasphemed against the Holy Spirit, nor Jesus or the Father. And as for you not believing," I put that in parentheses, you not believing, "eons and or eternal damnation, or having contempt or damnation for or toward anyone who has blasphemed against the Holy Spirit, is just eternally wrong, and forever eternally damnable, contemptible." You have either blasphemed against the Lord or the Father, that you are backpedaling for having a loose mouth. In the 50+ years of ministry, I have run into many like you. You only search and twist scriptures to protect your own face/sin. Yeah, his face isn't the best looking thing, but I wouldn't call it sin. Oh well. Then you project yourself to be a teacher. I never have, folks. You stupid, perverted, twisted, damnable idiot. Boy, that guy loves me. Even if he speaks the truth. Ding dong, noisy gongs. Anyway, once a person dies, they will either be with the Lord or be in hell. No doubt because they blasphemed the Holy Spirit and lived their lives doing despite against the Spirit of grace. So much for grace, huh? Rejecting with animosity the gift of God. Guess it's got to be a gift. I don't want to go there. Now I know the Lord will forgive me for calling you an idiot, blaspheming you. Get it? Close quote. Anyway, I threw a little bit of my own editorial flavor into that. But this describes this person's negative faith that has perverted God's love in his heart. See, it's a perfect example of his faith being so negative. What it's done is it's blinded him to God's and he mentions grace. He doesn't have a clue what grace is. You see what I'm saying? So as an analogy, and another analogy, and metaphorically speaking, if you lived on a mountain that was cast into the sea, wouldn't that be a dreadful thing for those living on the mountain? And considered a negative usage of faith? You know, as Jesus mentioned, the mountain cast into the sea. So in this, and what I'm trying to portray here in this video, remember how I believe the power is unbiased. In his statement of faith, statement about faith, was Jesus trying to point out that as well? Possibly not, but I find the idea interesting. You know, science tells us that energy cannot be destroyed, but only changed or manipulated. You know, I'm going to boldly claim, folks, that fear is a substance that comes from negative faith, negative energy. Okay? And you guessed it, positive energy comes from love. Okay? So I'm going to declare that love is a substance of positive faith. So remember this video. The next time that someone tells you how they've been visited by demons, or they had a tour of hell, you know, that same hell that they claim no one can escape from, yet they're here warning you about it without even a singed hair or the smell of smoke. See, no evidence, but only faith, negative faith. So in my opinion, the power of negative faith is unbiased faith. It created their experience. It really did. That's what I believe, because the end result is fear. You see? And fear is not of God. And anything not of God is not real. And I'm going to boldly say that. Since substance in English means a particular kind of matter with uniform properties, no wonder they believed their experiences were real and actually happened. I can't blame them. Their negative faith was that strong, you see? So in closing this video, even with no evidence or no matter that occupies space or no uniform properties, to them their experience had substance. To them it did. That's how powerful faith is. And that substance was terrifying to them, okay? So by saying this, I'm not agreeing with them that their encounters were real. I'm just trying to understand and empathize where they might be coming from, okay? And give a reasonable answer to why they experienced what they did. All right? I hope this video made sense, and I hope it maybe causes you to question stuff. That's all. Just question it, and maybe that questioning might result in you doing a little research on your own. And that's all I'm trying to encourage people to do. I'm not trying to get you to agree with me. No. No, I only want you to agree with God's love, you know. And if anything I said here doesn't bring out the fruit of God's love or joy, peace, meekness, kindness, gentleness, any of the fruit of God's Spirit, if it doesn't bring that out in you, I want you to ignore it. Ignore what I said. Anyway, look me up on Facebook under a group called the Why Guy Group. It's a private group. You got to answer 3 questions to join it. There are my public timeline, however, is under the name of Jonathan Jones. It's an avatar name, Jonathan. I misspelled it. I meant to say Jonathan. So anyway, and give me a thumbs up, thumbs down. I'll leave a link to Patreon as well as Coffee for any of those who would like to support this channel and what I'm trying to do here. And thank you so much for viewing.